Hey guys, it's Mikefield here, and we are back with some Butcher Circus tournaments. Today we have like a very exciting event, 18 people registered. It's gonna be quite a few good casters as well joining me on the day. I'm very hyped for those matches because they look to be super exciting. They get like a lot of very solid pairings in those very first few steps of the ladder. How are you doing, sis, on the day?
Brother, I am doing fantastic. It's always a pleasure to be here with you and obviously all of your lovely community.
Oh, you have to hold on because I think okay, you should start speaking again now. I think you're a bit quiet.
I said, hello, Mike. It's great to be here with you and all of your
Awesome.
lovely community.
Also, I think my sound is playing up a bit, man. So let me just kind of do the. I think Discord just updated again today because I did set the things up properly. Yeah, okay. So we have quite a few matches today. The first match, can we just have a look very briefly at the ladder? Because I think this is something that everyone is looking forward to. So let's just see what exactly we are dealing with on the day. Guys, the very first few matches, the first 2 rounds actually are just packed with very skilled players who have been with us before and they performed to basically absolute best ever. So what do you make of the very first few? What would you be like, sis, if you were to pick like the most interesting games from the very first 2 rounds? What would you say they are?
Difficult question, Mike. A lot of these people are quite unknown, so a really interesting thing looking through this is obviously seeing these newer people against the kind of more inveterate players that we've seen previously. But just from the face of it, I think Rumstick versus J-Man might be a very interesting game. Also, Adelbart versus Olakrat, just because of Adelbart's very unique playstyle.
Yeah, that's true actually. Adelbart just plays this very used to at least play this extremely defensive style. So that looks like a very tough match for Olakrat, who I think plays kind of a standard game. And then, obviously Winter Bliss versus Russian Tanker. It does seem quite interesting. We do have quite a few new names here, like quite a few new boys on the block here. Gongas 435, Hygrometer, also Syra Demira, right? Those guys have Snuffy the Cat, Sanji. Those guys have never played in the tournament before, like in any of the series, and they are like some of them at least are very high rank. So this might also be a big question mark. Maybe one of them just shows up on the day and takes it all home. And guys, remember the prize pool is $25 in Steam prize code, and that is funded by Miserank, who is also playing the tournament, by the way, lads. So, huge kudos to Miserank for actually making this event happen in a way. And obviously, huge kudos to all the casters who actually did agree to who volunteered and agreed to cast alongside me on the day. So there is quite a lot going on. It's kind of difficult to bet on who ends up in the semifinals. Sis, would you like to kind of make a small bet here as to who indeed lands in those 4 semifinal slots based on what we say?
I think what we're dealing with here is a game where kind of off the kind of offset, maybe if we are doing that 100 spread, we're thinking probably putting about 40% of the people below it. Maybe even we'll see someone like Dino Boy finally kind of get over this bad luck streak he's been going on. But obviously looking from previous tournaments, maybe Winter Bliss, J-Man is always up there, Zappine as well. All very strong players.
Okay, so if I were to make buy bets, I would say Winter Bliss is going to make it. From the very bottom of the ladder, I would say Aureli or Cetra. So maybe I'm going to put my money on Aureli this time around. I think he has something to prove this time on the day. And then at the very top of the ladder, I think Adelbart will take it and he will end up in the top 4. And hate to break it for Dino, but I'd also love to see him on the desk a little bit more today. So I really feel like J-Man will indeed go all the way to the semis, maybe to the finals themselves. I wouldn't be surprised if we were to see Winter Bliss versus J-Man fighting for the trophy. I think this might be indeed the conclusion of the day, but we shall see. A lot has changed. We haven't really seen those players play for quite a bit, so a lot of very big question marks, guys. So let's see what exactly becomes of the day. Sis, thank you for the introduction. You will be casting the second game of the day, which is going to be... So, guys, the schedule for the day is as follows. We'll be casting 1 game per round until we reach the semifinals. At the semifinal stage, however, we cast both semifinals, which are also best of 3, and to conclude the day, it's gonna be me and Sis casting the grand finals. Now, as far as cast goes, it is gonna be me and Dino casting game number 1, since Dino is playing in run 2, and then run 2 is gonna be where we'll be casting Russian Tanker versus Winter Bliss. It is gonna be, I think, Sis and I think I actually need to look at my own schedule at this point. Anyway, you'll get a lot of very, very exciting narration. So, and we'll be trying to make, Darkest Dungeon more familiar to those of you who are perhaps, coming from different other games that I've been streaming over the recent few months. So let's get started. I'm gonna get Dino Boy over here, if the lad actually does agree to show up. Dino, I'm calling you. Please join us.
In very, very, very safe hands with Dino Boy here.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh shit, I think he does have the permissions for some reason. He did cast before. That's kind of very, very surprising. He has no permissions to join. I'm gonna just drag him here. Hey Dino, how are you doing today, man?
Hello.
Awesome. Awesome. So how are you doing, Dino?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Oh, we're perfectly fine. Jamin, please join competitive matches, okay? So Jamin will be streaming for us, and that's going to be quite a fun bit of experience as well, I think. So that's going to be Jamin streaming. Jamin, you might... So Jamin, you may actually start setting up the stream, and we will get going with the very first game of the day. Let's have a look at the picks and bans together, the 3 of us, while the lads are setting up for the big battle. So we have those 2 very, very... I think, refined sets of characters from both of those players. So we can see, I think the staple from Jamin, I think, has been actually playing something very remarkably similar. But we can also see, out of this, that he hasn't quite... No, his actual crazy Marcom has not been banned on the day, which I think is just a big threat, because he was one of those people who can take those compositions and just absolutely obliterate any opponent you give them. What do you make?
I definitely agree. That Mark comp, if it's matched against Broomstick's Blood and Vile comp, it will destroy Broomstick. Obliterate. In 4 rounds, I bet J-Man will win that matchup. But that's for just one of Broomstick's comps.
Yeah. And that's a very, very big threat, right? Because if you drop a single game in a best of 3, you get a little bit of bad luck in another, and suddenly you're just out of the tournament because this is a single elimination bracket. So I really feel like this is going to be a very, very big coin toss for Jamin's opponent, Roomstick here, who, we know he's a veteran. We know he has actually been playing for quite a bit, but he hasn't really quite got to the finals ever. So it's going to be quite a scary, scary moment. Since I'm pretty sure, Jamin will indeed pull this up on this on one of the games. So I'm just gonna message guys. Sis, can you take it away for a little bit, because I do need to communicate with Jamin here.
Okay, I think Sis left the call.
Okay.
Maybe he's watching the stream.
And it's quite possible indeed. So I need to just let Jamin. Okay, we have the thing maximized now. And this means we can actually look at that. So I'm just going to let the players...
Sorry.
Yeah, sure, no problem. I'm just going to let the players be ready to go. I think this is it, right? They know what's happening. And we know what's happening. This is going to be the very first blood being drawn on the stage today. And the guys are just going to take it away. Thank you, Sis, for coming. For now, it's going to be it. So we'll just be casting the series with Dino. And then obviously we'll be invited for the second batch of games, I believe. So let's see what exactly those guys do bring to the table for the very first match, guys.
Yes, let's just wait and watch them. And they're starting the games, so
yeah.
Good luck to both of them.
Yeah, absolutely good luck. It's all, but it's actually not loading for me, guys. So give me a second. I don't know why this is not loading.
It's on for me. I can try to cast.
No, it's like you please start casting, but I do need to actually get this to run. So.
Okay, so J-Man gets a coin toss and then immediately goes for the bolster on the mana times to reduce stress and get some more dodge. Broomstick respond with a stunning blow, which goes through on his A-bomb. J-Man immediately clears the stun on his A-bomb because Broomstick can bank on extra damage with his Bounty Hunter's finish him.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising actually that Broomstick didn't go for this very high mark comp. Well, I haven't really seen this before. Have you seen the comp by Broomstick? This right-hand side composition? Because it's kind of all, it's like, I think it relies on executions, maybe on lunges to deliver damage, but you're going against like this very meta stress comp. Okay, that's a very, very slow opening from Broomstick though. I think this was a very, very big slip by J-Man. Actually, you should not ever allow your Abomination to land in 4th. That is gonna cost him a lot next turn. It's gonna really delay, you really want to kind of use this transformation as soon as humanly possible. Also, this is a very big lunge coming from Broomstick when he's taking all the momentum in this game.
It's just the second round and J-Man is falling back very hard. That A-bomb on the 4th and then the 3 HP Houndmaster is hard to make things right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can
He goes for a guard.
Yeah, you can just stun this now. You have like a very, very high stun chance, 50% stun chance on this Vesta. I think he's just gonna try twice, maybe. I think this is kind of a bad move though. I would never do this. I would always just go for a stun with the Vesta. It's like way more likely to connect.
Yeah. It's like 10% more, but it's worth it. I'd go for a stun on the Antiquarian and then go for the Vessel.
Oh, he could have actually just faded away here with the Antiquarian as well. I'm really surprised he did not do this. Because this would have just completely salvaged the entire situation. I mean, okay, maybe not salvage because you can still just kind of pull somebody with the BH and, reset the entire spot, the entire thing again. But this would have at least just kind of given him the opening to do so. Now, this Houndmaster is at 0 HP, still guarded, of course, but, very, very vulnerable nonetheless. And, you just have to heal this now if you're J-Man, which means you're not doing any stress damage. You actually wasted a lot of time just trying to salvage this entire clusterfuck of a game. And this is not going to get better for him. Like, there's going to be way more pressure mounting from Broomstick. Though, admittedly, he has no way to remove Bellows. No Bellows have been placed. Just Rally to the Flame is not going to be enough to keep this entire, semi-high damage composition going. So maybe Broomstick just runs out of steam. We'll just see about this very soon, I guess.
I don't think so. If Broomstick can, keep applying pressure, which that Antiquarian is very vulnerable to, I think he can force out the guards from the MAA, and then there will be no Bellows left for J-Man to use.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, this actually depends on how much pressure he's able to put on in the very few turns that we have, at the very start of the game. Because if he allows those Bellows to mount up, there's going to be a very, very rough, tough task for him to actually just get anything done later. Though we can see this damage is very, very high. Obviously, you cannot just guard multiple characters with this, so maybe, just maybe, this is gonna be the end. But there's no guard available, actually. This Abomination is just dead. It's like, I mean, you can just try.
MAA first.
Yeah.
He can guard with guard down.
Yeah. That's just kind of a makeshift measure, because you still get a stun on the A-bomb now with the Vestal, and then you follow it up with a killing blow. I would have done that. I'm really not sure what Broomstick is doing here. It's like, I would have definitely just... Oh, okay, That's very smart, though. That's very smart. So he's kind of playing the long game here, I suppose, right? Just trying to salvage, to kind of prevent J-Man from being able to salvage this game at all. So Broomstick definitely just in a lead right now. This is a very, very solid setup now. I feel like really Broomstick is super far ahead. It's surprising given, this very uncommon composition versus full meta comp by J-Man, but looks very, very sketchy right now for J-Man. It's like he's on the edge of losing this, I think.
Yeah, it is working, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Broomstick messed up his turn order a bit, because I think you can go for stun on the Houndmaster and then focus on the A-bomb, possibly killing him. But that's what I think.
What do you do now if you're J-Man? Because you're gonna lose one of your characters, I think. It's very likely he loses one. Okay, he does heal the doggo, so the only thing that can kill now for Broomstick is that pull, right? I suppose that's what he's going for in here. Just trying to get the pull through, I suppose.
Wins
I mean,
for the Sun.
yeah, that's
Now
understandable.
he's like gonna finish with the bounty hunter, right? So
Yeah, I guess so. I think he recognizes, right, that Houndmaster is just way bigger of a threat. So he's just gonna try to eliminate the character first, and that's a very, very solid move, I guess. Or it's gonna give him like a lot of pressure. And, the A-bomb being in 4th as well doesn't quite have much to offer, which is also not gonna be able to heal itself unless he just uses the absolution right away. So that actually just looks like a very, very short game that we have on our hands. I really don't think like Rumstick is gonna let this one go at this point. So yeah, this is such an aggressive composition actually from Rumstick, and this I think this Grave Rob is also rolling very high on damage all the time. Like she's been just demolishing comp of J-Man here. Or we haven't seen the trinkets.
like 27 to 28.
Yeah.
Like big hits.
Yeah, there's a really, really big hit. This is a best of 3. Look up, this is a best of 3. Oh no! Are you kidding me? This is a miss! Well, that is uncanny. This is freaking uncanny. What the hell was that?
Now J-Man will
how?
take his Houndmaster
Oh my
first.
good freaking lord! What was this? This is really something you hate to see if you're a Rumstick here, because this actually buys a lot of time for J-Man. This miss is just so unlikely to be the case. Like this is 25 dodge. I think there's like a 5% chance for this attack not to connect, and it doesn't. It actually doesn't. It's like I have no words. I'm actually freaking speechless right now. Are you? What do you think? What do you make of this, Dino?
That's just unlucky, but you wasted a turn, so maybe he shouldn't have used the caltrops in like the second round. He could have like gotten 2 kills. But
Yeah.
that's on a 50% chance.
Yeah, this is looking very rough now. I mean, it's like every single 10 that J-Man can buy for himself is just going to pay dividends as time goes by, right? Because this actually means another Bellow stack lands across the party of Rumstick here. This Houndmaster might actually get no, he's gonna get I think WTF pound right now. This is just gonna be a quick slam by the beard. There is no dodging again, but all of a sudden I think this is winnable for J-Man. Like getting the single 10 right now might actually mean that those afflictions do kick in, and there's just gonna be a lot of stuff that Rumstick is gonna be dealing with in a very, very short while.
And the A-bomb's now in 2nd place.
Yeah.
While the Rumstick's bounty hunter is in 4th.
That was a crit, right? That was a crit that cleared the corpse and actually just set it up very nicely for J-Man to actually go with the A-bomb and do what he did. I think that was that. Like the corpse just went away, and this actually meant that J-Man is not really going to capitalize on. Sorry, that Rumstick is not going to be able to capitalize on this movement there. So the crit was very unfortunate, yeah. And this actually means that, okay, this BH was on death's door, doesn't die, fortunately for Rumstick here, but man, it's just gonna start going quite bad. I think it's just gonna go from bad to worse now for Rumstick, unless he's just gonna be able to get a few kills confirmed very, very soon, right? Obviously, he has like a lot of control left. This might also be, this is paranoid, not good at all. But he might get like a couple of those stuns. Now he has like 2 stuns against 3 characters of Rumstick, which is probably going to also be quite a decent thing, right? Because this actually means that you can stun multiple characters, just a single character active, even if he has a lot of stress abilities, will still not probably be sufficient. We shall see about that though. So I think what he's just gonna try to be doing right now, Rumstick that is, he's gonna be trying to take down this A-bomb very quickly and try to, just close out the game from there. Obviously, this MAA also at 0 HP almost, I mean, it's like 1 health point left, is a big opening for Rumstick to kind of confirm a few kills more. So that's kind of a scary spot at the same time for Rumstick, because he does need to heal.
You can potentially get a kill on the MAA.
Yeah.
If, like, the MAA is gonna fall to Death's Door, and then you might kill him with your Grave Robber.
I mean, you can just Shadow Fade now, can't you? You can just Shadow Fade and then just go for the Executive. That's what Rumstick does, actually. See, so I played a lot of Grave Robber back in the day, so I know what's happening here. So he's just gonna get this. That's not a pass. That's very, very. It would have been very unfortunate, because this would have really screwed the game up for Rumstick. I think this is gonna be a closure now. I think it's just gonna close the thing out over here with this incoming 10. He still has a stun at his disposal as well. So there's probably going to be a stun on the A-bomb, followed up by like a metric crapload of damage, And, you know, Antiquarian 1 versus 4 doesn't quite look too hot for the lady. So it does look like, you know, Rushik, despite quite a few adversities, might indeed be able to just take this very first game of the day. I think very deserved win, by the way. I think he just pushed all the right buttons and got all things done. So, okay, that is unfortunate indeed. Still doesn't quite do much. It's just a... So I think he's just gonna go for a finish into a lunge, and this should be a killing blow confirmed. This Grave Robber, I think, is just gonna have like triple-digit death blow chance at this point. So this should just be a very, very quick slam dunk, unless something just goes extremely wrong with the affliction, which doesn't actually happen to see lunge. That is a kill confirmed. This is 1 versus 4. Really sucks for the Antiquarian. I don't think so. Like, you can just stun her right now. You really don't have to be healing anything, right? I'm surprised he doesn't actually go for a stun here, because that stun would have actually meant there's like 0 ways for Jamin to do anything. And you can probably just confirm the kill next turn as well if you kind of play your cards right, which doesn't quite happen here. But this Anta is really in trouble.
She's like dealing decent damage, which might kill her Rumstick's Vestal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Falling to Death Star.
I actually don't remember. Can BH actually pull from 4th? I think he can, right? He can still pull.
Yeah, he can.
So you can actually get this Antiquarian to first, and then just kind of deal with that as he goes. I'm actually afraid, because I think she might have to heal this Vestal before he activates her. I'm not really sure about the Harris stacks and about like the exact number of stress she has, but it is likely she's like on the verge of dying. So this Harry plus, yeah, that's what I was saying, right? She's just dead. She's just dead. I kind of saw that coming, right? I think he might have just wanted to heal this, and now his BH is also in trouble, right? Might actually not be that bad for Jamin in the end.
He doesn't heal it. That's a problem.
Yeah, like I think he just made a very big mistake by not healing that. It's like this might actually not be as over as we thought. It's like, this is a dodge. Oh god, this is gonna be a clutch, isn't it?
If she keeps dodging, she might win.
He made a very big mistake.
Dodge.
Yeah, he actually made a very big mistake there. He chokes, and he is, you know, this is 65 dodge on this Antiquarian, by the way. This is nothing to be trifled with. He might just lose this game like right away. Like here, he might just lose the entire thing.
The tactic here should be like taking cover and then exploiting Antiquarian stuff, but and like avoiding the stuns and damages.
Whoa. Okay, he actually clutches this. I think he just... this is such a freaking roller coaster, but it feels like Rumchik is actually going to just kind of head this in his size. He dropped the ball on a very, very important turn where he could have just stunned the Antiquarian and none of this would have happened. Then he didn't actually account for this extra damage coming from the character just hitting Dev's door. And this actually means that you are in a lot of trouble, Rumchik, right now. You're in so fucking much trouble. That I really don't know if this is salvageable anymore. Okay, maybe this is salvageable. It will take like a lot of time to get this done. He actually moves to the back. I don't know why. Like, that's such a... Yeah. It's like, you can probably just kind of keep using those defensive maneuvers with the Antiquarian every second turn, right? It's just going to be mostly okay.
Yeah.
And
she's going to try to Lunder, but I think... Or no, she can try to panic dart, so but she could have already done that from
that's an act out as well, man. That's an act out too. Thank you for the follow, Basement. Hey, welcome to Dungeon, my man. Oh, that's kind of fortuitous for Rooms. I guess this move on the Antiquarian is gonna give him like a little bit of a breathing room. But you know, this is 55 dodge. Oh, she just kills this Crusader straight away. And this actually means that this is 1v1 with the Grave Robber, who's, you know, on the verge of dying. Literally, she's just gonna die to...
she's just stabbing herself.
That's over, yeah, this is over now.
6 crit.
Yeah, that doesn't quite cut it, does it? I think it just doesn't cut it. Because I think she's just gonna die. Okay, maybe that's not that bad, because like, if you just do enough stress now to take this this Grave Robber to 0, to 200, she's just gonna reset. It's gonna be a very nice opening for Rumsik to maybe finish things off. So I think
if it deals 2 damage, J-Man's winning, but
I think this is smart play by J-Man. Actually, she's just trying to resist this. This is, you know, a very lethal Grave Robber, by the way. She has the cloak. She's just gonna set up for the lunge and just go for the killing blow, I think. Oh my god, those corpses go away. That's very bad for Rumstik, because he was hoping for a lucky lunge, just getting this death blow down. And I think this might just not do it now. He really needs to get like oh, this is a dodge though. That's gonna be super close of an ending, actually, man.
I think J-Man can still win this.
Yeah.
But, he has to be extremely lucky.
Whoa, that's a killing blow for Roomstick. This is game going to Roomstick right now, guys. We have 1-0. Very well deserved, but this is not the ending we expected, Dino. Holy shit. What a game one tournament. Nobody saw that coming. It happened right on the day. Very first game, super clutch, guys. This is the circus, man. This is what I actually did miss so much about this mode.
It's just an emotional roller coaster. It's like